She won over British hearts on the X Factor UK, but now she is headed home and she's ready to slay for Finland at Eurovision. It is Saara Aalto. Should we talk about it?
Let's do this!
That is right. There were rumors that Saara Aalto had been approached by the BBC to sing for the United Kingdom at Eurovision, but she is staying true to her roots and she is going to represent Finland in Lisbon. You guys, this took a lot of people by surprise. Other people said, oh, we saw this coming. Either way, there's a lot of hype. People seem to be getting behind her. I'm going to kick this off by saying we know she can perform. We know she can win over a crowd because it was a hard slog on X Factor UK as a foreigner. She made it all the way to runner-up position. And we know she can sing, so all the ingredients are there. Please just give her a good selection of songs in your national final.
I think it's very, very promising, especially after everything that's gone down in the 2 years since she was last in the UMK final. Because, one, she's no longer an independent artist. She's got the backing of Warner Music. She's an X Factor judge. She's just off X Factor. She doesn't need to do Eurovision, so she's doing it because she wants to. It's not to boost her career. And she's getting in top-class stage choreographers. She's got Brian Friedman from the X Factor UK. So, there's a lot of effort going into this. And I think it's very promising because there's people kind of hating on it already, kind of presuming that, it's going to be the Saara Aalto of old. But the Saara Aalto of old didn't have all these things that I've just listed.
Yeah, I think I don't blame her for going back to UMK either, or going back to Finland, because I kind of feel like there's less pressure on her for doing that as well. Like, if she failed, and I really hope she doesn't, but if she weren't to do well for the UK, that's a much bigger thing than not doing well for Finland. Finland haven't qualified since 2014, and I just think it's the right fit for her. As, somebody from the UK, I'm kind of devastated she's not representing us, but at the same time, I don't blame her. She's got a good team. I do think she just needs to find the right song, though, because I just worry that sometimes if she were to go too theatrical, if they were to let her just indulge her kind of style sometimes, it might not work for Eurovision. But if she were to do something like No Fear or Blessed with Love, or just something modern, Sia-esque, that would work, and that would be perfect for her, I think.
Well, No Fear wouldn't work because it came second to Sanja's song, and Sanja's song flopped, so no. I think it's important that she doesn't do a ballad because when she was in X Factor, she started off doing Let It Go and those kind of things, and she was in the danger zone, she was in the bottom two, and it was when she embraced her eccentricities and her kookiness that the British audience warmed to her, and she got the full... she caught the imagination, and I think she needs to do that. Maybe not as over the top as some of her X Factor performances, but I don't think she should do like a safe ballad like that one she did back in, was it 2010, 2011. I think that would be a certain non-qualification.
Give it to me, dirty pop Sia-esque. One of you already said it. She can do that so well. I thought her cover of Queen towards the end of the season on X Factor, maybe even in the finale, was so good because it was just it was off kilter and a little dark, and she did it so well. I loved her Fright Night performance. We should just pause and say that on March 3rd, during the final of Uuden Muuskan Kilpailu, she will sing 3 songs. She's already promised that each will have a big stage show and that they're going to be very different from one another. So that's great. To your point, she'll probably have one ballad, she'll probably have a dance number, and she'll probably have something else in between because she knows she's like a diverse, versatile performer and she wants to showcase all sides of that and to create a good show. UMK 18 still needs to be interesting, even if we already know the winner. So that's very exciting. And I think because she's got Warner, because she's got the X Factor behind her, because she's a judge on X Factor Swami, she's going to have top-notch songwriters writing for her. So this is all looking really, really promising. Finland, I think they're going to get back to the final. I don't want to jinx them, but I have a good feeling.
See, this is the kind of thing as well that it would seem that this is going to be her follow-up single to the X Factor. So there's potential that she could get a lot of airtime in the UK on their different chat shows and stuff as the X Factor runner-up. So she's going to get a lot more publicity than Norma John last year because nobody in the UK knew who Norma John was. Nobody in Ireland knew who Norma John was. Granted, Saara Aalto isn't particularly known outside of those 3 countries. Maybe I think Malta might show the X Factor too, but there's a small handful. But she has that instant boost and that recognisable factor. I think it helped Ruth Lorenzo a lot back in 2014. And there was another thing I was going to say. Yeah, one thing that needs to happen. Obviously, Uden Musical, whatever, it goes on for like hours. So to fill it up, Saara Aalto and Krista Siegfrieds need to put on the most epic interval act ever. Like, can you imagine the two of them at their full unleashed craziness? Oh, it would be wonderful.
Divalicious. Yes.
I think that, I mean, obviously it's Saara Aalto, so technically she does have to finish second at Eurovision just to keep the nice little chain going. No, I do think that she...
You made a good point earlier, Chris, actually, about this. You said because she's got all 3 songs at UMK, she will finish second again.
She will finish second, no matter what. She will technically finish second, so it's perfect. I think that it's not like with the UK where you get X Factor acts, and it's somebody from 5 or 6 years ago. I mean, Lucy Jones, it was about 6 years since she had been on the X Factor. Saara Aalto, it will be 18 months at most, so she will still be known. She's still appearing on things like Lorraine in the UK, morning chat show. So she's still doing all these things, and I think it will be a big boost to Finland. And I can see she's got charisma, and not to be cheesy, she will have no fear on stage because she's done all these talent shows. She has done so much before, and I think that will help just ground her and make sure that when she gets to Eurovision, that we know it's going to be something really special.
And final thoughts from each of us. I'm going to kick off by playing on one of you said. You said she wants this, and she really does want this. She said it years ago. She says it now. This has always been her dream. She's always wanted to do it. She's going to put everything into this, all of those resources that she's collected, all of her kind of energy, effort. She's good with the people. We've interviewed her at Gay Pride. We've interviewed her, on the streets outside of the X Factor studios. We've interviewed her all over the place. She's always welcoming and warm. She knows her Eurovision fans. She knows her UMK fans. She knows her X Factor fans. And soon she's going to know all her European fans. She'll throw herself into the tour. This is what you want, because sometimes acts almost, I'm not going to name names, but sometimes you get acts who almost like Eurovision's beneath them, even though they're there. I'm like, really? Really? You're not putting everything into this? You have this moment. She's going to make the most of it. And I'm really happy for her. You want her to do well, knowing that everything you know about her from the time she was almost eliminated from X Factor to what happened in the end.
It has me really excited for May, because now we have kind of the over-the-top eccentricities of Saara Aalto compared with the stripped-back, kind of authentic Laura from Belgium. And like, they're going to be very different and contrasting acts. And it just, already I'm kind of like, what's coming next? So like, the countdown has officially begun.
Yeah, I think it's already, it seems crazy, 2 countries in, 2 acts in, to be like, this looks like it's going to be a good year, but I think it's going to be a very different year, and it's already just going along very nicely. And I do think, that it was the right choice for Finland, and I'm very, very happy for Saara that she has got to fulfill this dream. So, yeah, props to her, and I hope it all goes very well, and I can't wait to hear the songs.
Oh, that makes 3 of us 4 if you count Sarah. That is what we think. What do you think? Do you have fear over Saara returning to UMK and competing at Eurovision, or are you over the moon? Let us know here on wiwibloggs.
Follow her Eurovision journey by subscribing.
And please like and comment down below all of your thoughts about Saara Aalto.
We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.